Oh yeah, so if you guys don't know, Pokimane, alright, we're gonna get into a little Pokimane thing right now, because if you guys know,
Damn.
Pokimane, she had that podcast, Sweet and Sour. Let me pull it up. So she had this podcast with lilypichu called Sweet and Sour, and they were supposed to have a episode with Hasan Piker.
Damn.
I know, boys. Hasan Piker. And literally, Pokimane, instead of her, uploading the episode of her Sweet and Sour podcast with lilypichu, she didn't upload it because, Hasan's been going through his whole entire, I'm like, collargate. I'm like, look at me, chat. Hold up, wait a minute. Boys, we literally spent all day on this, alright? Hasan somewhere, he heard me speak about him. So they put up this little post right here, right? They put up this post on their Sweet and Sour podcast, and everyone thought, oh, it's not bad at all. It's not a bad post. You're trying to protect yourself and your employees from the hate that Hasan brings to anywhere he goes. They wrote, "Hey taste buds, this is a tough one to write, but we wanted to give you all a heads up that we're unfortunately going to be missing our first scheduled Saturday video tomorrow. We've been watching the recent drama unfold concerning our guests, and it's been getting intense. We had a serious talk as a crew, and we all agreed that it did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode. At this moment in time, our community is our favorite thing, and the reason we do this is create a space that is comfy as always and a true escape. We do not want to impact the cozy atmosphere we've all built together. Thanks for always supporting our vision for a fun, positive place to hang out. See you all next week, Sweet and Sour staff." So they put that up. So obviously, you already know Hasan, chat. Y'all already know Hasan. He said nothing. Alright. He said nothing because he didn't have to say anything. Because he said something to Pokimane, obviously, behind the scenes. Let's all be honest here. He said something to her behind the scenes. Because Pokimane put up this statement saying, "The episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear it'd cause drama, and also posted this statement without my approval. Sorry, you guys. We'll talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus afterwards to restructure." So basically, she's implying she's about to fire someone. She's implying that she's about to fire someone right there, right? And everyone, rightfully, the comment sections, they're just throwing her under the, brother, throwing your staff under the bus instead of disavowing animal abuse is definitely something I'd expect from you. Hiatus to restructure. Bro tased his dog repeatedly. Love me. Yo, you don't need to go on some spiritual awakening journey. Exactly. People were in here roasting the shit out of her. Alright. Imagine firing your staff because they don't like puppy torture. Boys, it's split down the middle. Alright. Her comments, there's a split down the middle, chat. Alright. What will she do? What will she ever do? Literally, she decided to backtrack and say, "Well, no one's getting fired now. I'm just gonna have him, talk with lilypichu." And the reason why she didn't upload the podcast episode with Hasan Piker to her Patreon or her, YouTube channel, they went the whole 2 weeks without uploading anything. Instead of them getting the video and uploading it, because they 100% had it and they 100% still have it. Instead of her uploading it, for some reason she refused to upload it, even though she had advanced knowledge that they were going to put up that post, and also advanced knowledge that they weren't going to upload that week. They already knew they weren't going to upload that week. So then that comes to this week. They finally put out a new episode of the, I want to be honest here, nasty ass podcast. People are not liking it. Let's just say that. So here's the explaining recent events part of the podcast. Because trust me, we don't give a fuck about none of that shit. We don't give a fuck about one part, Chad. We are here for one thing and one thing only.
So in France, we filmed.
Def got
this is how I
fired.
talk about it on my stream. We filmed a P word with H word, and
Why? Like a Voldemort situation.
yeah, I know, it's to avoid getting clipped. The clip is less interesting.
No, you just sound like a toddler. I hate streamers trying to not get clipped. How about you actually know how to have good PR and know how to actually speak like an adult? How about that? How about that? She's sitting here like, I want to avoid to get clipped. It's like, that's that stupid as QT Cinderella holding up the piece of paper saying, if you are clipping this, you're... even though no one can see what the piece of paper said. That is the stupidest thing ever, is to, I hope I'm not gonna get clipped. You are gonna get clipped. How about you sound like an adult while you're getting clipped instead of a baby? Like, that makes no sense. This is the dumbest thing that streamers have started to do. I have realized that a lot of streamers have started to do this, where they're trying their best to make shit sound as stupid as possible in hopes of not getting clipped. And I'm just sitting here like, that's gonna get clipped. Even, that is the clip. You sounding stupid is the clip. And then you know you were gonna have to respond to this drama. But instead of you, I don't know, responding like a reasonable adult, you're like, the penguin with the ink one, you know, when you get clipped. Get the fuck up out of here. Get out of here with this bullshit.
Yeah, I know, it's to avoid getting clipped. The clip is less interesting, and the quote is less interesting when I say P word with.
Did you get clipped?
Of course
No,
I got clipped.
didn't, because I said it in this way.
What? She's lying. She's lying. She did get clipped. What? Why is she lying, Chad? Why is she lying? I don't understand. Why is she lying? She did get clipped. I clipped her. Me. I clipped her myself. What is she talking? She did get clipped. She was on Yeet and Best Friend Kick's Twitter accounts. Like, what is she? She's literally just lying for no reason. Like, I do not understand why she's lying at all, Chad. Like, I don't understand why she's lying. She did get clipped. She did get clipped. She's trying to make it seem like, no, actually, I was smarter than them. They're so dumb. No one clipped that thing. Hold on, let's bring up the clip, brother.
Be released.
It's literally right here. It's right here.
Damn.
I didn't get clipped.
Damn.
It's right here.
Damn.
Like, bro.
P word with H word be released.
I thought you didn't get clipped. This is like someone saying, were you followed? Were you followed here? No, I made sure I was diligent. And then the cops was right behind you. Motherfucker, I'm here. Hello, you're under arrest. You selling crack over there? You selling crack? Let me get a piece of that. She's like, no, I didn't get clipped. What was the point of lying? Like, she's a habitual lie. Like, there's no reason to lie about this, chat. There's zero reason to lie about this. If she said, yes, I got clipped, it wouldn't change the situation at all. But she wants to feel superior for some reason. Like, what is going on in this woman's head to where she's like, no, I didn't get clipped at all. What are you talking about? Me getting clipped? Preposterous. I could never be clipped. Ever. Alright, ever. I could never. Ever be clipped. Preposterous. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, what the hell?
A genius.
Oh, she's a...
The people don't.
Oh my god, I don't know how much longer I can take this. I don't know how much longer I can take this, chat. Because what does she mean she's a genius? She got clips. It's literally right here. I'm a genius. Got clipped. 1.7k likes. Over 900,000 people saw this clip. But she's a genius. The best friend. He also clipped it. No, wait. He was the original clipper. Literally, best friend was the original clipper. 1.3 million. So over 2 million people saw this clip, chat. But she's a genius. Look at her. Look. She's a genius, chat. Only 2 million people saw the clip. No one clipped it at all. She's so smart. How did she do it?
Yes.
The
people don't realize.
We're not gonna do that though, right?
Well, anyway, so an F word, we
Sure.
were filming a P word with H word.
This just feels really like I can't bring myself to.
Anyways, as you guys know, we filmed a podcast, whatever. And then when we came back home, there was a big controversy that blew up.
I wonder what that was.
But the context that I'm trying to give is that actually a week or two prior to this, we had been having some internal issues and restructuring of sorts. I'm going to get into it at my own liberty, but feel free to say don't include that or edit or cut that.
She was going to fire all of us. I'm sorry. I'm so
I mean, like, that's literally what she wanted to do. That's literally what she wanted to do whenever they didn't upload that podcast episode. She's trying to sit here and act all cute, but I'm like, that's literally what she was implying. I'm like, it's not like she implied it for no reason. I'm like, she said it for a reason. She wanted to get rid of someone, all right? She wanted to wield power over someone for a mistake that was hers. Her own mistake. She wanted to wield power over someone for. Like, let's not be acting like, Lily, I know she's your friend and all, but like, we're not even gonna be sitting here acting like Pokimane is not like that. Let's all be honest here. Let's all be honest here.
I'm sorry. Please. Okay, go on.
That's not true.
No,
and it's
she
also
wasn't going to. She
not,
wasn't going to.
you know.
No, she wasn't. Sorry.
I wasn't going to fire anyone, and I haven't fired anyone. So,
I mean, like, restructure? I mean, like, that's kind of implies firing people.
Basically, what happened was like a week or two before that, we'd been having some internal issues, and I don't even mean this in a way where like, someone on the staff's acting up, they're gonna get a spanking. We mean, so as you guys know, Dan, Lily's brother, was producing the podcast. And a couple weeks ago, or frankly, even for the last like few weeks, we've had
snitching.
Some issues, mainly because he's also your manager. Is that okay to say publicly?
Yeah, he works for me very closely.
Mm-hmm. And he does a lot of different things. And I feel like as the podcast has become a larger and larger endeavor, it's been harder for him to manage it on his own. What
are you managing? It's a fucking podcast. I'm sorry, chat. I'm a one-man show here. I would say I create podcasts about them near daily at this point. I want to understand what he's managing here. Like, I don't understand how fucking difficult podcasts could be. I'm sorry, chat. Like, it just seems like the easiest thing ever. You speak into a microphone and you do a couple transitions between like one camera when one person's speaking and the other camera whenever someone else is speaking. I'm sorry, that's not high. It's not high art. All right, he shouldn't be stressed out over that. It seems ridiculous to be stressed out over. Oh man, I gotta pan the camera. No, wait, I gotta press the button for the other camera. Pokimane started speaking. Oh no, lilypichu speaking. No. Like, bro, what is bro talking about? It was such an endeavor. He couldn't handle hitting two buttons and making sure the audio was working. He's like, okay, then. All right.
Be honest. And we've at different times brought in different people and had different people try different roles, blah, blah, blah. It's just been a lot. And so 2-3 weeks ago, we had this big chat where he essentially said he was no longer going to be producer so that we could find another person to fill that role that can commit to it more full time.
Let's all be honest here. Pokimane probably drove him out. lilypichu's brother was probably like fine working there and he was like, oh wow, this is an amazing place. But like just having to deal with Pokimane in general as a boss, chat. That's a goddamn nightmare. Alright, that's a goddamn nightmare. No one wants to have to deal with her as a boss. She obviously wanted to fire someone, but then she realized, oh wait, this was my mistake. Me.
Damn.
God.
Damn.
I did that?
Damn.
Man.
Damn.
Can I blame anyone?
Damn.
Please. Pokimane wanted to blame someone so bad whenever it's her fault that she was A, misunderstood if she was never going to fire anyone. How about you word your shit better instead of acting like a fucking 5-year-old blowing up on the internet? B, how about you not lie in general? I'm like, literally in this podcast, she's talking about no one clipped me at all whenever 2 million people saw the clip of her. Like, she's just a pathological, like, she's untrustworthy. Like, you cannot trust her in her own stories. You cannot trust this woman, chat. You just can't. She's untrustworthy. And yet, for some reason, she wants to be treated like an adult. And like an adult, chat. She wants to be treated like one. Whenever she acts like she's 5.
Because he just didn't fully have the bandwidth to look over everything that we would sometimes want him to look over. So this is all to say, over the last 2-3 weeks, we've had like interim or new people in the production role and not even like fully transitioned into that. So anyways, when we filmed this podcast and then this whole controversy imploded, we didn't have a straightforward way by which we would make a decision of whether or not to upload it. Some people on staff were not comfortable. Some people didn't care. And it's very, like, there wasn't one sole person who could be like, we're doing it, F everyone. And also, none of us are really like that. Like, none of us really want to push our opinion onto others. But in my opinion, we just did not have a good process by which to make a decision, or anyone really spearheading or taking responsibility for things, because we were in a transitional period. Also, we have someone who helps us with socials, who's also stepping down. We haven't
Stepping down conveniently. Conveniently stepping down, Chad. Just let you know, conveniently. Right after this whole controversy where Pokimane said she wanted to fire someone, conveniently they're stepping down. Not Poki's fault. How she know that they wanted to step down, Chat? It's not Poki's fault. How could she have known? It's not her fault at all. Conveniently, a nice timing.
an editor who's incredible, but also has a full-time job. So over the last month-ish, we've just had a lot of
Don't have the bandwidth?
restructuring
What
issues within our
exactly?
staff. So when I made that tweet, it sounded like we're restructuring because of this, and I'm firing everybody. But that's not what I meant. I literally meant we are in the middle of restructuring, and kind of what happened is only further proof that we need to kind of put our heads down, figure it out, because clearly any action that comes from the podcast reflects hugely on Lily and I. And I also want to say I don't at all, I think in an effort to clarify where I was coming from, I didn't mean to throw staff under the bus so much. And
What do you mean you didn't mean to? That was the whole tweet. That was the whole tweet. The whole tweet, top to bottom, was throwing the staff underneath the bus. What? What is Blood talking? That's the whole tweet, is you throwing staff under the bus. What is she talking about? That was the whole point of it. There wasn't oh, you guys, me and Lily are having a really tough time with the podcast. The reason why this one didn't come out this week is yada, 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 editing problems or whatever, standard things. It was the staff, those ungrateful pieces of shit. I give them a job, and I pay them sub minimum wage at that, and they want more money from me? Bitch, I barely pay you now. Why do you think we lost the last editor? And probably lilypichu's brother. Cheapskate Pokimane really knows how to keep some dollars in her pockets, but drain it out of everyone else's. They probably were like, man, I gotta get a full-time job. That amazing editor she's talking about with a full-time job, brother probably works at Walmart. Let's talk about it. Chat, I'm just letting you know, YouTubers do not respect their editors. That motherfucker probably work at Walmart. Hey man, good for him. I bet they got some great benefits, unlike, Pokimane, the multi-millionaire. Wait, hold up. How much does Pokimane, what is her net worth? 12, just 12 M's? She could give them some benefits, her own staff. She could give them, eye care and dental. She could give them a couple benefits, but no. You can't have that. You ain't allowed to have no damn dental. You ain't allowed to have no insurance. They probably went somewhere so they could actually get some goddamn insurance. Because I will tell you one thing. YouTubers hate paying for any kind of benefits. Even though it makes sense for them in the long run. In the long run, it does make sense for YouTubers to pay for benefits. Because, motherfucker, it's either going to taxes or your employees. You aren't saving the money. Oh, wow, I saved money on not paying benefits to my employees. I'm gonna give it to taxes. It's motherfucker, you were giving it up to someone. It was either your employees or the tax man, and I guess you rather pay your pay the tax man more than paying your employees to stay. Her whole brand is throwing someone under the bus when things go south. Exactly. That is legit her whole entire brand. It's oops, not my fault. Oops, can't be me. Oopsie daisy. I did that? No, I didn't do that. He's you were caught in 4K and I gotta keep the lie up.
At the end of the day, the responsibility of the podcast is mine and Lily's.
And mine.
But that's also why when we hadn't approved the statement, it didn't feel so good that something reflected on us when we did not know at all that it was going to come out. The statement, I mean. So that is just what I'm trying to clarify. And do you want to talk a little bit?
Yeah, you said everything.
I was like, Lily, don't say shit.
To clarify,
let her drown.
Everybody's intentions, and also to staff, I want to clarify. Like, I know your guys' intention. I'm not mad at anybody in this situation. I was
sound like in that tweet.
Anything upset at myself because the podcast that is mine, there was not a clear structure and process by which we follow to get people's approvals before things go out, before decisions are made, etc. And so unfortunately this happened in a very, very unlucky time where we are moving roles around and things are moving around. And yeah, so I hope that kind of clarifies. I know our community is so sweetie pie cuties that
not sweetie pie,
I think
cutie.
Get us. They know our hearts. They know where we're coming from. And I think anyone who is like looking for some crazy statement or something, you're probably not a part of our community. And it's also unfortunate because it feels like it was a complete lose-lose situation.
Yo, you guys saw that cut right there, by the way, right? And how much y'all want to bet the troop slipped out right there? She was like, man, I fucking hate Steve. God, Steven. I hate that motherfucker. I hope Steven dies. Oh, he chokes on his tongue whenever he goes to sleep tonight. And they're like, cut it, cut it. Hey, Chloe, hey, you're going a little off the edge there. You can't be saying that about Steve. She's like, oh. Fuck you, Steve.
You know?
Yeah.
No matter kind of what decision we made.
Mattered.
Yeah.
But, just to clarify, nobody is getting fired.
You're fired.
Nobody's getting fired, maybe except maybe me.
When I said restructure, that's literally what I meant. We were in the middle of restructuring.
Yeah.
And now even more so. Like basically during our trip to France and after, we were talking about like, oh, do we go on hiatus? Do we just try to fill these holes within the team?
That is true.
While continuing to put out episodes. To be honest, me personally, I've had a few points of dissatisfaction with the podcast. Not at all with anyone on the team.
Yeah,
more
of course
so,
she's saying
like,
that now.
Sometimes, or actually, I expressed this on the Patreon. I don't love the premise of doing a full-length podcast and then also paywalling a full-length podcast. I would much rather paywall content that is entirely different. That way, we can put our entire hearts and souls and energies into the full-length podcast. I also don't like sometimes thinking like, wait, the energy was better on the Patreon, but the episode that goes out to the larger public isn't as good this week. Like that kind of stuff doesn't sit right with me.
AKA, they ain't making enough money for the Patreon. They ain't making enough money for the Patreon. They need to put them episodes out expeditiously, because I'm gonna let you know right now, chat, there's a lot of people that make a lot of great content that do paywall it, and they know they got great content whenever they paywall it, and they are not willing to put it out to no one for free. Whenever you got yourself a good product that people are willing to pay for, you ain't putting it out there for free. Whenever you like, please, someone look at it. Hey, you look at it. Let me play an ad in front of you. That's how you know, hey man, it ain't doing good for you. All right, that podcast is not doing good. And some of those retention on the Patreon version already isn't that great. So on the YouTube version, they're like, at least they can try it out for free. Like, damn, this bitch out here making it sound like this is the podcast of the season. Everyone's talking about this podcast. Greatest podcast in history. So good, can't even give it away for free. Like, bitch, you give it away for free for a reason.
So even structurally within the Patreon and like our content structure, that bothered me a little bit. And then there's little things here and there week by week where I'm like, wait, this thumbnail isn't as good as previous ones we've made. Is anyone title checking? Are we optimizing? All these like little things, because of course, after years of making content, we're both pretty particular about the content that we put out. So I wasn't so happy with like the almost like quality check of every episode or clip or whatever that's coming out. But again, this isn't to say that anyone was like doing a bad job. It's because everybody that I am so grateful has been a part of like launching Sweet and Sour with us, is also busy doing so many other things. So I feel like we just got to a point where we're like, damn, like this requires people who are fully committed to just this. So that's basically the reason that we are likely going on hiatus, to hopefully build out a dedicated team
We still not
and process,
What
and
are
then
we gonna do about the sponsor?
yeah. So hypothetically, we have a sponsor lined up in November that was going
have
to
to do it,
give
Phil.
free tickets for you guys to come watch us do a podcast in person.
Who the fuck
at a
wanna
really
watch us
cute,
been to a
cozy cafe kind of
podcast?
vibe. So we're trying to figure out, well, shit, now we got to go on a hiatus. We got to restructure. And are we still doing this IRL event? We don't know. Stay tuned. And if you're in the region and you want to come, we would love that. Again, the tickets will be free, just for you guys to come hang out. But we will announce if that's still happening.
She better watch out.
Patreon will get first dibs on the free tickets, but
I guess. She better watch the fuck out. Because that person that assaulted Emery is still out there. Alright, they are still out there, chat. They are rummaging through the damn trash can as we speak, like a little raccoon. She better watch the fuck out. But yeah, that is Pokimane's answer to, you know, everyone talking about how she was gonna fire people and how we always misunderstand her. Always. It's always weird how it's our fault and not her fault for not being able to speak properly. I'm like, properly. I'm like, woman, how about you learn to actually speak to people? Who the fuck comes out here saying, I had no idea that these pieces of shits at my goddamn podcast put this up in general. I had no idea. At all. Nothing. Nada. Zero. Zilch. And then she's like, oh wait, I didn't know. Oops. Oops, I didn't know. So obviously, the TLDR, she fired people. Yep, we hate the rich, and as she is the rich friend. But we are, / you are the rich. Yeah, Jason Oween said that. You're forgetting that rich equals my current net worth times 10. Exactly, it always goes up. There's always someone richer than you that, you know, I'm not rich. That person's rich, while you're rich. Lol. We've restructured and we're unfortunately going to have to let you go. PR Poki really living up to her nickname. Exactly. She always has the right things to say after she completely destroys her whole entire credibility. Like, she always has the right thing to say then. But yeah, I feel like she probably did fire people. Lilypichu probably was just like, well, I'm rich. It doesn't affect me. They're not going to put up the podcast episode because Pokimane herself doesn't want to get backlash from that, even though she got backlash, which I'm just like, brother, just put up the shit now. Like, what? Just put it up. Just put up the episode. What's the point of saving it? Who are you saving it for? Who is this for now? Like, what? You already went through the drama. Just put the shit up.